You know, you've never mated with a woman before, and in fact, I'm a loser. That's what they said to me. I've never actually been called out online by a car before. It was quite devastating. I've been called out by humans, but never by a car. So this is a very new thing to me. I'm still trying to deal and cope with this. Are you guys seeing what I'm seeing on this very small hourly time frame chart, guys? It's gonna happen really fast. It's extremely interesting, and we can't wait to get into the data with you guys. As well, on the daily chart, we're actually pushing some critical areas, the top of this golden pocket, and some more even key areas that we need to talk about in this video. Very exciting stuff, you guys. And as well, I do want to share with you something very important to me that I shared on Twitter and go in a little more detail before we really get into all of the good stuff of this video. Wow, let's just get into it. What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to this episode. Today, we have some incredibly exciting content for you. Bitcoin potentially on the verge of another retest, something extremely valid that we've been waiting and watching for, guys. This is very exciting. We actually had the bounce here. But guys, before we get into so much of the TA, I do want to say a few things. I want to give a big shout out to actually Bittrex for, I won their holiday sweater on Twitter, guys. Very awesome stuff. This very cool Christmas sweatshirt. I'm going to even call it a New Year's Eve sweatshirt since Christmas is over. Absolutely awesome stuff. And guys, if you want, you just follow on Twitter. I'm sure they'll probably do more giveaways. I'm not totally sure, but this was an absolutely awesome one. I love this little dino. And in fact, while we're on Twitter, I want to get one thing out of the way, and then we can just spend the rest of the video talking about TA and everything going on. So for one thing, guys, definitely make sure to go check out this tweet. 2020 will be a big year for crypto. Everything will change. Wow, now that's exciting. Guys, go over there and maybe give that a retweet or a like. Very awesome. Help out the channel. And as well, I just wanted to give your attention really quick to this story. When I was just a little kid on my farm, and my neighbors, and what the Weasleys did for me. When I was only 14, I actually exchanged some corn with my neighbor Ron for some clean drinking water and a brand new handkerchief. Fast forward 45 years, and today I actually exchanged some of that crypto back for some of that corn. Ron, thank you so much for everything. You made this a reality. The Weasleys, you guys have been awesome. Best neighbors a guy could have asked for. It seems everything comes full circle, and guys, we are so excited for the future of crypto. And guys, shout out to our boy Ron Weasley. Rest in peace. You will not be forgotten. And guys, actually, we only have 2 or 3 days until we do the giveaway for this sealed treasure. All you have to do is leave a comment below. Very exciting stuff. And if you're new to the channel, guys, as well, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, turn on those post notifications, and ding that bell. And without any further ado, let's jump into the content. So guys, I want to start off here on the hourly chart for Bitcoin because we do see a very interesting pattern. We do see a very interesting pattern being displayed here, okay? We've gotten some lower lows here on the hourly chart. Again, keep in mind, this isn't incredibly significant, but we're going to transition on to the daily and weekly chart. But I just want to point some things out to you guys. We have seen some very clear things going on here on the hourly. And in fact, within this channel, and if we actually switch over to the 4 hour, you can kind of see it a little condensed here. We're definitely pushing up here. And in fact, there might be an inverse head and shoulders at play being formed here. And again, that could help get another break to try to test the top of this golden pocket, which we're currently on as well, to rocket us back up to the top of this trend line. This is what we were kind of hoping to see. We actually didn't go as low yet as we wanted to. We actually wanted to come down here, but if we don't, guys, that is absolutely fine. And again, that could remain even more bullish for the market, so keep that in mind. But something key to look at here on the hourly chart, if we switch, that was a 4 hour, if we go to the hourly, we potentially have an inverse head and shoulders in play right here. So here we potentially have an inverse head and shoulders forming, guys, and keep in mind that would require a bounce or a drop back down to these areas of about the 7,071 before maybe retesting and getting a break above here. Okay, we have a clear shoulder here with this massive drop here and then performing a lower low right here to create the head potentially. So you have to keep in mind that that is a possibility on the hourly chart. Keep in mind also that these are the hourly charts, so the moves are not massive here. We're just trying to identify a pattern in the short term to see if we can get a boost to these key areas here. And in fact, right now we are testing a very key area, guys, and you can see that very nicely here on that daily chart. Okay, here on the daily chart, you see something very nice here. The very top of this golden pocket still, but guys, we're trying to get a retest back to this very key area. As you can see, the first time we broke out of it, we were not able to, in fact, get above it. However, you guys, one thing we need to keep in mind is that the top of this middle trend line here actually played a huge role. And we actually stabilized there for a few days. So that's very key, something you guys have to keep a watch out for. Instead of falling, as of yet, to the top of this falling wedge, all the way down to like the $6,700, $6,800 area, we stayed above that 7,000 for the most. Actually, we didn't even go below 7,000. we have completely stayed above it so far. We do have a wick down here. Okay, this is about 5 or 6 daily candles, and we've actually been holding right on the top here. So that is very critical. Guys, keep in mind, this has been playing huge resistance for actually weeks now. It played huge support as it was falling through. You guys see it held there for 4 days until it massively dropped down to the bottom here. Look at this. But wow, this is actually still playing a very key role. And out of all of these patterns, this actually might be one of the most important and robust of this current setup that we have. Is just the top of this middle trend line here. Okay, here's the bottom. You guys know how key that's been, but the top has been absolutely crucial lately, and we are actually getting a bounce right now. Now, will this bounce continue? That's why we looked on the smaller time frames, because we do have an inverse head and shoulders setting up. That's very likely there, but we have to keep a lot of things in mind. And just about $100 and $150, so about 100 to 150 is all it would need to retest this very key area, guys. This is what we need. As we've been saying for weeks, this is a very key area. When we were able to break through it in a very, very big candle, about $600 in a day, we did come back to retest it. Very normal in crypto to break key areas and then come back to retest them. It actually didn't hold 100% here as we just barely broke through it. So in fact, it had to go down to a lower level. But you guys do remember we pointed out this crazy candle right here that went to the very top of this, indicating that this is a very key area and it's a level that the market wants to get over. As of right now, this level is about 74.50, 74.70. Give or take, guys. And every day it changes, okay? But that's exactly where we want to get over. Again, only about $100, $150 above where we are now. Remember, last Sunday we had a crazy rally, and hopefully we can repeat and get something beautiful this week, this weekend, as it is Saturday. Just absolutely push above this. Very key to look at. And guys, I also want to look at this. So since Bitcoin has been able to be longed, we haven't seen a pattern like this, guys. And remember, for the past month, it was essentially straight up. But look at this. For the first time since then, we're actually getting a little bit of a pullback. So what does that mean for the market? Does that mean that a squeeze is incoming? Does that mean the price is actually not being longed as much anymore? Are we going to get a pullback? Or in fact, will we see something even crazier continue? Or will we just return to this pattern? Clearly, though, this pattern is obviously broken. As you can see here, this is a very key thing, and this is a very big absurdity. This very much sticks out from the chart here, guys. It just does not look like the rest of the data. So what does that mean? I think a lot of people are still pondering. We didn't actually get a giant squeeze as many people were expecting, maybe around these areas, come down here as time was going on. So is that still looming, or is that no longer a possibility? And as well, we have the gap filled essentially here, guys. We did actually get this filled. So for all you guys following the gap, again, I don't like putting a lot of weight on this as it just happens so often, and I don't think it's like incredibly important for the overall structure of the market, but it is something we need to point out there. And guys, actually, as I'm filming this video, we're actually breaking above this key level here of the golden pocket, and I can zoom in so you can see that. By the time I get this video edited and uploaded, this might be different, but this is actually really exciting, so we have to wait and see what happens here. Again, if we were to get a pullback to here, this would be nothing out of the ordinary, and in fact, this is still a key area that we need to watch out for, okay, all the way down here. About $500 less than we are now. But guys, it is also extremely likely, and it looks like the market wants to retest this area and break above this. So guys, stay tuned. This is actually going to be very exciting. We only have 3 days left of the year, okay? We're going into 2020. Can you guys believe that? 2020 is literally right around the corner. Can you guys leave maybe some of your own thoughts, price predictions in the comments below? Or what do you think is going to happen? Do you think this year will be absolutely crazy? I actually do, and that's why I tweeted this, and I would love for you guys to go over and retweet this tweet, get the news out. 2020 will be a big year for crypto. Everything will change. Wow, no, that's exciting. If that doesn't get you guys excited, then maybe you just don't like crypto. Oh, and actually something funny that I wanted to share to end the video here. Last night, a 1993 Ford Taurus account with 6 followers titled America's Best-Selling Car in their bio, they said this to me. They said, I'm not going to read it out loud because it's quite rude, in fact. You're very cringe, and you've never mated with a woman before, and in fact, I'm a loser. That's what they said to me. And all I have to say to that is, brother, all of that may be true, but time will tell if I'm actually the loser. I've never actually been called out online by a car before. It was quite devastating. I've been called out by humans, but never by a car. So this is a very new thing to me. I'm still trying to deal and cope with this. Wow, I just wanted to give a quick update for the weekly chart because I forgot to do that in the first part of the video. I'm actually about to upload it. I've edited the whole thing, and I just wanted to add this, guys. On the weekly chart, things are absolutely looking prime. We're putting in higher lows, okay? And we actually have not seen that on the weekly chart in a very, very long time. You can see this entire area on the weekly chart. We've just put in basically lower lows, okay? Each one of these, this is basically all the same here, basically the same. Now we're trying right here to put in these lower or higher lows here, and if we can, you guys, This is absolutely critical. This area right here, and on the weekly, it almost even looks like exactly where we are because we've been testing it all week. We need to get above this area to really try to get above this. And again, that reflects very nicely here on the daily chart. The candle is absolutely going volatile here, as you can see. As you can see on this chart, it's very exciting stuff. Just want to throw this in there because I wanted to add the weekly update or the weekly chart because I think it's very key and we need to keep an eye on it. So guys, thank you so much for joining me in this episode. Let's get this crypto.